You know that feeling like you have way too many tabs open, but not in your browser, in your brain? Well, in this explainer, we're going to tackle that head on. We're cutting through all that digital chaos to help you find some real mental clarity, moving from that constant state of distraction to one of deep, meaningful focus. And I'm going to break down exactly how we get there. Yeah, I bet that feels familiar, right? It's that constant buzz, that feeling that your attention is just being yanked in a million different directions all at once. Look, it's a super common side effect of the world we live in, this hyper-connected world, and it's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First up, we're going to really diagnose the problem. What's going on with our overloaded attention? Then we'll get into the common advice, just reduce your screen time, and ask, is that really the answer? After that, we'll dive into the real solution, this whole philosophy of digital scarcity. And finally, we'll get to the good part, the ultimate reward, what we're calling the gift of focus.
All right, let's dive right into section 1, our overloaded attention. It's time to pull back the curtain and look at the hidden costs, the real price we pay for swimming in all this digital chaos day in and day out. So take a look at these symptoms. What's so interesting here is how specific they are. This isn't just some vague feeling of being overwhelmed, No, this constant digital barrage literally scatters our attention. It messes with our ability to make good decisions. It just erodes our mental clarity. And get this, even our free time takes a hit. It becomes what the source material calls low-quality leisure time. Basically, you're not even relaxing well. So you see all that and think, okay, simple. I'll just use my phone less, right? That's the obvious solution. But, and this is a big but, it turns out it's not nearly that simple. The advice we hear all the time, it might not be the best way to go about it. And that leads us perfectly into section 2, beyond less screen time. Because this is where we're going to dig into why just counting the hours and minutes you're online, well, it just doesn't get to the root of the actual problem. Okay, and this slide, this right here, this is the aha moment. It lays out the core difference so clearly. Just reducing screen time, that's all about quantity. It's about restriction, telling yourself no. But digital minimalism, that's a whole different game. It's about intention. See, the goal isn't just to use tech less, it's to use it better. You're shifting your whole mindset from one of just restricting yourself to one of thoughtful, deliberate curation. So that brings us to section 3, embracing digital scarcity. And I know, scarcity can sound kind of negative, right? But this isn't about depriving yourself. Not at all. It's about tapping into the power of intentional curation. And this definition right here really gets to the heart of it. Digital minimalism isn't a rule book. It's an active practice. It's all about you consciously choosing what you allow into your digital life. And you do that by asking one really simple but powerful question. Does this actually support my goals and my values? If you need a way to think about it, this is a perfect analogy. It's basically the KonMari method, but for your digital life. You know how you're supposed to ask if an object sparks joy? Well, with digital minimalism, you're asking if an app, a subscription, or an account genuinely adds value to your life. And if the answer is no, you just let it go. And the best part is, this is super practical stuff. The source material actually breaks it down into this simple 3-step digital diet. Step 1, unsubscribe. Get rid of all the stuff that just doesn't serve you. Step 2, unfollow. Tidy up your information streams so it's not just noise. And finally, step 3, curate. You intentionally choose your digital tools, keeping only the ones that are truly essential. Okay, and all of that leads us to our final section, which is really the whole point, the ultimate payoff, the gift of focus. This is where we see how having a little digital scarcity can, kind of paradoxically, unlock this incredible sense of mental abundance. And listen, I want to be really clear about this. The benefit we're talking about, it goes so much deeper than just, feeling a little less distracted during the day. This is about a fundamental shift in how your brain works. The source material says this practice literally starts to rewire your brain's ability to pay attention. When you get rid of all that constant low-value junk, you actually sharpen your ability to make good decisions, and maybe most importantly, you reclaim all this precious mental bandwidth for the stuff that really matters. Deep thought, creativity, actually solving problems. I love this quote from the source because it just nails it. This isn't some small, tiny improvement. It is a profound shift. We're talking about changing the very quality of your thinking, of your consciousness. And there's actually a name for this amazing state of mind, cognitive abundance. And it's the direct result of practicing this intentional digital scarcity. It's that feeling of having plenty of mental resources, tons of clarity and focus to pour into whatever is actually important to you. And just so we're all on the same page, the goal here isn't to go live in a cave or escape the modern world. No way. It's about empowerment. It's about making that crucial shift from being a passive consumer, just letting algorithms feed you whatever they want, to becoming the active, intentional master of your own digital life. And so that brings us to the final and I think the most important question, because this isn't just some abstract idea, right? I want you to really think about it. If you had more mental clarity, more deep focus, and more cognitive energy every single day, what would you actually do with it?